Well, very good evening, one and all, and welcome as Mr. Do you know what? Do you know what?
Don't. That's my shtick. That is, don't start taking my business away.
I've stolen his shtick. You are all very welcome to the Studio Rats Q&A Live number 226. My name is James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
And if there's a wee bit of latency, I am very sorry. I am attempting to upgrade the studio. If you saw this place on Monday morning, you'd have gone, how is it even functional as a studio by now? Every item of cabling in the studio has been pulled out. Everything.
No, well done.
Good work. At the moment, it over here looks like a disaster area because there's stuff piled up for filming. But and the other side by the drums is an absolute catastrophe. But the last of the Toman orders has arrived today for bits and pieces.
Ooh, nice.
Now, I need to talk about this, but I'm going to wait till more people are on because I tell you what,
we're not talking about speakers and shit.
No. I want to talk about amazing customer service. That's what I want.
Okay,
that's what I want to talk about.
That's right. I'm not talking about speaker mounts and crap
like
that.
Don't get me wrong. I can bore you with a bit of metal if you like.
Oh my god.
No. When it's all on the wall next week, and I can show you, and I can, obviously I can't play anything back at you because that won't work because that's not how it works. But yeah, it's all very exciting. I'm very, very, yes.
Awesome.
Been a busy week though. However, Mr. Drew, tradition dictates that I ask, what have you been up to?
Well, I've got the builders in, but in the meantime, I did a video on. Actually, what's the video I did last week? Hold on. I don't know. So anyway, yesterday I released a video on effects, how to dial in reverbs and delays.
I like that. I'm going to be stealing some of that, if I may.
Yes, absolutely. Please do. Yes. And last Friday I had to bring out the tour, the island tour, the Emerald Guitars. What do they call it? Music tour.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Thanks,
I watched it and went, how much beautiful scenery can one country have?
It is a stunning place.
And two, how many times did I want to hear?
There was a lot of diddly diddlies, wasn't there?
I love it.
A lot of diddly diddlies.
Mate, that sounds like the best fun you can have with a Guinness in your hand.
Yes, it was good. It was really good. Yeah, it's funny. I thought it would do I thought the video would do slightly better than that, but that's the way it goes. Some people just want to watch videos about overdrive pedals. But what can you do?
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Great. And then I thought maybe on Friday I've released another how to dial in overdrives.
You can't do it on Friday because I've got one coming up on Friday.
I can't do it. Okay, I'll do it on Monday maybe. Monday, but there's some gear turning up, so maybe I tell you what, maybe I could use that new piece. Yes, ignore me.
Are you speaking out loud when you shouldn't be?
Yes.
We should at this point thank our sponsors, those beautiful people at Toman, who, quite frankly, I will be eulogizing about later on. But thanks to the team at Shure for these rather lovely MV6 microphones.
Yes, if you do a podcast, that sort of stuff, highly recommended. Absolutely
like what we does.
Right, come on then. Let's get to. Oh no! What have you been up to?
It's been a busy week.
Hold on. Listen, as I said, I know you're talking about speaker clamp stands, anything like that.
Oh. See, on JTT, all I've been doing is speakers recently.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool stuff going on. So I'm doing a video for the main channel on Friday, which, if it doesn't blow your tiny minds, and I mean your tiny mind, I'll be very surprised. It's a game changer.
Wow. So you've got a change of the game.
Yes.
Coming out on the main channel on Friday.
It's properly properly awesome.
Awesome. Okay, I look forward to watching that.
And it's not a power plug-in pedal thing. Lots of controversy going around on JTC at the moment, which is great. People going on about. Someone said you faked that with
Hey, Pamplin.
You mentioned him first.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ken.
So yeah, I'm loving it. I love the punch ups that we're starting about all things power. Oh mate, I've got some much better than that coming soon. Been talking to loads of new brands, which is great. Some really cool stuff we're plotting. Yeah, just busy. And rebuilding the studio. There's a whole space now where there was racks and cables where there aren't any. It's just all tucked in nice and neatly, all plumbed in properly. I've got one little problem that I've got to fix, but it's relatively easy to do. Yeah, very, very happy with how it's turning out.
Great.
So anyway, let us dive into, I'd say, the mailbag, but we don't really have a mailbag. It's more, oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. Go. Boom.
Nabs, he said, hi, rats and all. Hope all is well. Paul, if you had to choose between Fat 50s, Fat 60s, or Texas Specials, which would you pick and why? Okay. In the order, I'd probably go Texas Specials, Fat 60s, Fat 50s.
What are these? Are they pickups?
Yeah. They're Fender Scene Cores. Sorry, yes, he didn't actually say, and I'm guessing that's what he means.
Yeah.
Yes, he must mean. So Texas Specials have a bit more grunt to them.
Spang.
Fat 60s have a bit more mid, and Fat 50s are a bit more toppy.
Ooh.
Oh no, is it bass end? No, they've got more bottom end, I think. So I'd go fat 60s.
Okay.
Fat 60s or Texas Specials.
Here we go.
Thomas, he says, now with the anniversary edition of Tone X, it would be amazing to see a full setup for a pedal board with maybe an HX stomp for effects, Tone X for modeling, plus some of the inbuilt effects and a MIDI controller. Yeah, I've done that. We did that ages ago. I think Tone X on a pedal board.
Can I show you? I showed you last week the start of the white pedal board, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to see it?
Go on then.
I'm well chuffed with this. Oh, hang on. Oh, the Velcro's on the back. Ready?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's the cable.
It looks like it's that's weird, isn't it? Look at the camera.
It does. It looks like it's flickering, doesn't it?
Yeah, but colours are going up. Yeah, great. What's going to go on the other end? That's a good size, that board.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, like that.
I have no idea. I put a Facebook post out saying what should go there.
Right. Okay.
Your Stormtrooper thing would fit well there.
Yes, it would.
So yeah, the all white pedal board. That looks like the rainbow flickery. Well, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that is weird. It's funny why it's doing that and not to the HX Stomp. Anyway.
Yeah. But I'm loving that. That's really cool. And it sounds amazing. Video to follow. That'll be next week because I'm busy.
Nice.
Vinny's into house.
Vinny, he says, hello, gents. Hope all is well. We can use some of your fall weather. It's bloody hot here in Florida. Wish it was hot here. Well, and it's been all right today, isn't it? It's not hot, though.
No, cold. It's been dry, but it has been cold.
Oh, no, it's been really sunny.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah.
I've been in here all day, so how would I know?
Yeah, that's true.
Phil,
well, and you're about 150 miles up
further north.
Yeah. It's always cold up there. Right, Jeff. Good morning from a rather damp Coolum Beach on Queensland's Sunshine Coast. Nice. I'm on holiday here for a week, but that would be a poor excuse for missing a Rat Fest. I hope everyone's happy and well. Don't ruin your holiday,
mate. Just yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, have a good holiday, Jeff.
Definitely.
Keith, good evening all. I see Hot One have no, it's Hot One. Apparently, it's Hot One.
I thought it was Hotone.
Huh?
I thought it was Hotone.
No. We had this. This is. I heard this on Philip McKnight's channel,
right?
And he has spoken to Hot One, and they said it's pronounced Hot One.
Okay, Hot One.
So I'm trusting Philip McKnight because he knows his onions.
For God's sake!
What you honestly? So
There it
James,
is. No, it's the
James has
screen.
got
It's
this
the
camera.
screen. The screen keeps moving. Like
Oh
the
my
screen stops
God.
the camera from moving. Look, if I just do that, it's fine.
James bought this camera and then convinced me to buy one. I used it for about a week, realized it was a pile of crap and sent it back. James is still struggling with it.
I'm not struggling with it. I'm struggling with the fact. So so what I've done, I've had a couple of really long chats with people who do the whole Atmos thing, and one guy said you need a monitorizer in the middle so you can lift the monitor in and out of the way of the center speaker when you're not using it. And I went, great idea. I've got a monitorizer. It just turns out the one I've got is shit, and it keeps pushing back, and the camera keeps getting caught on it, so it can't angle properly.
Not good.
Sorry.
Good. Sorry. So he said, good evening. Yes. I see a hot one have a pedal with an amp capture. Nice. I haven't. I don't pay a lot of attention to Hot One, to be honest, and that sort of. Are they the people that Lee brought that pedal that Lee brought over once? Was that a Hot?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. They probably.
I always want to think of the opening line of Santana's "Smooth" with Rob Thomas. Man, it's a hot one.
There you go. Jeff, it's our 2nd anniversary. Happy anniversary, Jeff. The prospect of a third will be a bit shaky when my second-hand Gibson CS336 arrives next week. Nice. All right, mate. Good work. Keith, JNC was demoing it. Awesome. Dave, a very good evening to all you studio rats. Hope everybody's well. And to you, Dave.
All is good here, mate.
It's all good. Lee from LA Guitar. He says, hello, Lee.
Hello.
Anton. Hi, all. Hi, Anton. Gary. Evening, Gary. Al says, evening. Hope everyone is well. Do you know what we should do?
What should we do?
You know what we should do? And I see this on. Who else does this? It's like if you've got a question, you start the sentence with question. And then people that want to talk amongst themselves and stuff, that means we don't have to go through all the, evenings, and which is, hello to everyone. And it's nice to say hello to everybody and all that sort of stuff. But, if people want to talk amongst themselves and stuff.
I have just posted the links for the show into the chat. So if anybody wants to join us, they can do. Please just make sure you're somewhere vaguely quiet and using an iPhone or an iPad or whatever. That'll be good.
Nice. Good day. Evening. Searching for tone. Keith, I can bore you with a bit of metal if you like. That's what she said. Oof.
Great.
No, let's not talk speakers.
Can I talk about one set of speakers, please?
Oh my God, go on then.
So I put a video out this afternoon using the new Universal Audio Apollo X Gen 2. They've teamed up with Sonarworks, and that video's gone out, and it's really good.
Oh, great!
It's a really efficient, sweet system to make your speakers sound brilliant.
And I think as well, it works with old generation Apollos as well.
It works with the previous Generation X, Gen 1 and Gen 2.
Oh, I thought it said Generation 1, 2, and X.
It will be Generation X 1 and 2. It won't be Silverface. It might be Blackface. Don't quote me, but it definitely won't be
sure?
Silver.
Are you?
I am.
I'm pretty sure.
95% positive it's not the original Gen 1 Silverfaced.
I'm sure I saw an article saying it was. But anyway,
I heard it from a good source at UA that it might be Gen 2, but I don't think so. I think it's just Generation X.
Okay, cool. Andy, evening all. Evening, Andy.
Evening.
Ben, good evening, gents. Good evening, Ben. Mr. Shepherd, he says, evening all. The delay in reverb video is very helpful. Sometimes I've been struggling with myself. Also, that TWS amp sounds amazing. It sure does sound amazing. Yes, good. I'm glad it helps. Yeah, lots of people do struggle with reverbs, and I could have gone a bit deeper, but it was already like getting up to 20 minutes, and I thought, I don't make 20-minute videos.
Reverb is one of those things where I know plenty of people who could talk about reverb for days, But I also know top end mixers and engineers and producers who would go, just stick reverb on it, and it still
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Yeah. I like reverb.
So do I.
Adam, evening chaps. He said, I've lost my spot in the living room and I've been relegated to the spare bedroom. I knew it wouldn't last. This is unbelievable, mate. You need to put your foot down.
Careful though, because when you do that, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Evening, Chris. Stuart says, guys, did you see Andy the Guitar Geeks video about the unicorn amp cabinets with the forward-facing and top-mounted speakers? Do you think I haven't seen that one. I saw Andy's thing on the new effects unit that was out, the little valve floorboard thing. I haven't seen that. No, I haven't, Stuart. Thanks for letting me know. I will look at that. I like Andy's videos.
Does nobody else remember the Trace Elliott 3x12 cab, where it was basically triangular? So you have two like that and one like that. I know
two like that. There was two facing
slightly inwards.
That way.
I thought they were inwards.
Not into each other. Not into each other.
Oh, were they not? I thought they were inwards.
No.
But there was one at the bottom that pointed upward, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought that was one of the best cabs I'd ever heard all over the stage. It was a proper, really good guitar noise everywhere.
See, I'm guessing, and Adam's here because Adam sent this over to me.
Mm-hmm. That does a similar thing.
Well, that does that.
Yeah.
So if you're in a position, I mean, it basically fills 180 degree spectrum, plus also shoots it up at you.
Yeah, because there is nothing more directional than a 4x12, is there? A Marshall 4x12 is like a laser beam focused. If you step out from its boundary, you can't hear the thing. I mean, I've done guitar gigs where everyone said, "My God, the guitar is so loud," and I'm like, I can't hear it.
Well, that's because most of the time it's down at your, below your knees, hitting your ankles. It's pointless. So something like that would do that job, and that would also probably be a lot cheaper than. They're still expensive, but it would be cheaper than that. Yeah. Gaza, he says, I was having stupidity moment. Sorry, a stupidly amount of fun with my Digitech rummy pedal, and either my cat really hates it or loves it because she keeps meowing at me. She hates it, mate. Oh no, maybe she loves it. Maybe she loves it. I reckon she loves it. Michael MC, always appreciate your videos. Got killer lead tone with delay. To get a killer lead tone with delay like Andy Wood or Tom Quell, would you keep the setting around 400 milliseconds? Yes, I would. Exactly. I mean, I don't really. I think 400 milliseconds is one of those. It's not short enough to be. Like how can I expect? Look, like how you get a slap.
Yeah.
Get a slap, which is okay. That's 100 milliseconds or 80 milliseconds up to 120. But it's not a delay effect like that. It's more of like an ambient sort of.
It's like when you put a 20 millisecond and a 45 on a vocal, it just thickens it. You get that broadening of the sound rather than you can't describe it as a separate sound. It's just thicker. Yeah,
and as long as you keep it below a certain, you keep the mix below a certain amount. I think otherwise. So I use delay like that in that lead sort of tone, and I imagine that that Andy Wood and Tom Quayle is probably the same. It's like it's not really there as a delay effect. It's there as a widening
thickener. Widener. Yeah,
as a thickener. But it's just adds that classic sort of 80s lead tone is about 400 milliseconds.
Yeah,
with the reverb behind the delay. So the delay going into the reverb. So what happens is, and I didn't explain this in the video, I wish I did. So if you have delay, there's loads of different ways of doing this. You could have delay on its own, or you can have the delay going into the reverb. So what's happening is the delays are then getting reverberated.
Yes.
As opposed to if you had the delay after the reverb is getting delayed.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Well, no, it's different. It's like, but you don't want the reverb getting delayed. You want the delays, because then the delays become part of the guitar sound.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by for greatness. Vinny the Axe has come amongst us.
The man's here. There it is. Look at that. You can take that pointy thing off the wall, take it down the dumpster, or even better, take it to something that burns things really quickly, really hot.
Careful, because
how do you really feel about it?
And also, Gibson will have you for having a Dean guitar on the wall.
Yeah, right. They'll come to my house and have me killed.
No, I quite like it, to be honest. I quite like it. I hate the headstock, but I quite like it.
I was never a fan of the headstock either, but I just got it on a whim.
It looks cool. It looks cool on the wall. It looks really cool.
So you were 2 for 2 guessing the guitars last time when I showed you. You guessed the Kiesel and the Friedman, if you recall.
How did we do that?
I showed you the body, and then you guessed what it was.
Because we're really smart. That's why.
Right.
No, we're just proper guitar geeks. That's what it is.
Okay. So are you ready for another one?
Okay, you're going to do it really slowly then. We want to do this, and then I'll say stop as soon as I've got it.
Yeah, I got to do this so that I don't give it away. So,
okay.
Let me see here. Oh, and be prepared. As long as you're sitting down, Paul. I think James will be okay. I think you might need some therapy after this. I'm just going to say.
It's a pointy thing. It's got. He's born explorer.
It might not be pointy. I'll just say this. The paint might have been lent to the company by Trigger and Del Boy from the train yard. If you've seen that episode, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh, look at that!
I haven't seen it yet. Woo! Stop. It's a Jackson soloist.
Nope.
Ooh.
Keep going.
It's a Charvel. Sandemus.
Nope.
Oh, it's a Charvel though, because he stops at Charvel.
Stop. See, I want to. It's not a gunslinger, is it?
No, but it does look very reminiscent of that, doesn't it?
It does. I can't quite get the shape.
Yeah, it's is it an Ibanez?
No, it's not an Ibanez.
You sure?
Oh, hold on a second. It's that gap. It's the gap with the bottom with the truss rod gap. I recognize that. What's that?
I was waiting for you to key in on that.
What is that?
It's what's his name?
What? What's his name? Oh, go on then, show us. Come on, I can't get that.
Come on, it's a Frank Gambale.
No, he's nothing like the Frank Gambale.
Okay.
That's cool, isn't it? Nice. That's a new thing then, because I wouldn't have thought Friedman. That's one of the new ones.
Yeah, they very rarely do a non-relic guitar. Like they have some, but I would say the percentage is awfully low.
Could you find a pink one though?
What's that?
It costs you more to have a non-relic with Friedman.
So I got this secondhand, and I got this for the price of a high-end import.
Nice.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think.
Could you find a pink one?
But is it a Grover Jackson one?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so it must be quite a recent one. I was going to say because
it's a 23, and Dave Friedman's name is signed on it, but Grover's is taken off. Yeah. So I think it's in between, because now I found out that the guys from Rock and Roll Relics are building his guitars for him.
Oh, nice. Is that who's doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you don't get that that truss rod adjustment. It's not on the isn't on the Grover Jackson ones.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's cool.
This wouldn't be my first pick of colors. This reminds me of being a kid at the music shops when Ibanez hit the scene in the 80s.
Yeah, it's
all
awesome.
Those guitars were all lined up, all those RG 550s.
Yeah.
And this was like the hotness back then. But I was looking for like an 80s style Floyd guitar. And I just happened to run into this, and I figured for the money I got this for, why not? You know, Now, would I normally pick this color out? Probably not. But the guitar sounds amazing, and I had to set it up. I guess to each his own. But the tremolo was so far recessed into the cavity that everything was choking out from the 12th fret down. And I wonder sometimes if people just don't know how to set up a guitar, they think the guitar sucks, and then they just sell it really cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
Pretty much.
So there's no 9-volt battery in this though to power the paint. So I don't know how that's going to work. But now I don't know if it's nitro or not. But I could tell you when I had it on the workbench last night, I have some pretty good work lights above there, and I could see like how thin the color is from the undercoat. So I'm thinking maybe if this gets played a lot, it might actually relic itself.
That's interesting because it looks poly from here.
Yeah, and it very well could be. It seems thick, but like I literally could see like on the edges.
Nice shape.
In the light, I could see it's like kind of like almost faded, and maybe it was just a lighter spray on the ends. I don't know, but
yeah, nice though.
I
like that.
Yeah, I like that they didn't put the screws in the back,
as it should be,
which is cool.
And all of my Trem guitars don't have back plates.
Strictly speaking, one of those Trem guitars is mine.
That is true. James has bought that. You have, that's yours now.
I also have something else coming in next week for you guys to guess.
Yeah,
actually Friday, so maybe next week's show.
Nice.
Have it.
Are you doing a video on that one?
Yeah, I'll do a video on this one, and then I won't do the other one until I'll play the guessing game with you guys again first.
Nice. Yeah. Come on next week and do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to cheat.
No, don't worry, mate.
We're just really smart.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sell. I put up my friend their custom shops for sale.
Oh,
yeah, my Telly and my Strata. Just I don't know. I learned a couple of lessons here. I mean, you think I would have learned it over these 30 years, but I mean, I was like that Kiesel that I showed you last time. I was gonna flip that guitar. I didn't think it was. I figured it was just fancy looking, and that was gonna be the end of it, and to be all of it, and it turned out to be such an amazing playing guitar. It's so smooth to play, and it sounds good, and the workmanship's great on it. That I'm like, I could get rid of my custom shops and be okay. And then the same thing with the Friedman Telly. I actually changed the pickguard on it too. I took that Perloid one off and got my daughter picked this out. It's like a Python finish. It kind of looks like Python and like a black Perloid mixed together.
Yeah, black. Yeah, nice.
I've had drums that finish.
Yeah, nice.
So
that's nice.
A little bit better. Took the white Perloid off.
Nice.
Some people like that. I don't really care for it myself.
Nice job, mate.
But
nice.
I'll keep you guys posted. I did watch your video the other day on that trip. That I watched the whole thing. It was really, the scenery was unbelievable.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thanks for watching. Yeah, no, it's great. It was a lovely trip. It's quite expensive. It's an expensive trip.
Well, my wife was watching it with me.
Yeah.
And I said, man, it must have cost him a fortune just in beers, because everywhere you went was a pub.
Well, yeah, it was lucky. I mean, I was invited, so luckily it was a work trip for me, so I didn't have to pay. But it was yes, it tends to appeal to the American audience, and it's a lovely thing. You go over to see Ireland and some really fantastic things around Ireland. It was great.
Yeah.
They do a great job.
American audience.
What's that?
The well-heeled American audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you see that stuff, it's foreign to us. So, that stuff is beautiful. And then you have people that probably lived there the whole life that want to come to Florida so they can go to Disney.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, it's what you don't. Yeah, it's what you're not used to.
It's the old joke, isn't it? Europe, where the history comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, I wanted to stop in. I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. I'll let you continue on with the show. I just wanted to play a little guessing game. It's good to see you guys again. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, good to see you, mate.
See you, buddy. See you, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Right, let's get on.
Here we go. Boom.
What's to do? Anton, white cables, please. Ignore the cost. OCD must be satisfied. That's
do you know what? The daft thing is, the white cables are actually, you can get the really cheap ones, the molded ones in white.
Don't do that.
I know, but I actually thought the black looks quite cool against the black Velcro. The black kind of blends in with the Velcro and makes the pedals pop more.
Oh, hold on. It's got holes in it. Just you go underneath. Oh,
Yeah, but the cables that have to sit on top, as in the link cables,
why would there be link
the
cable?
belt, as in the pedal to pedal cables.
Yeah, you just go underneath.
Yes, but some of them it has to pop up some points because the pedal connections are above the board, aren't they?
Okay. I'll
The white cables that I have got looked silly because you could see them against the Velcro on the board, which is black. So black cables looked better. Honest.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Mr. Cassidy, hello mate. He says, "Hello Rats and Co. Hope you're all smashing." Speaking of which, smash thon like button. Yes, cheers, Steve. Yes, again, really helps us if you give us a like.
Although Steve,
massive
you as a fellow YouTubeist, you should know not to say smash that like button because Stephen Ridley's got that, and the Scientologists will be after you.
There we go. Cheers, Steve. Good to hear from you, mate. Zach, hello, Rats and all from Venice, California. 71 degrees. Nice.
Nice.
That is
Beautiful
nice.
part of
Very
the world.
nice, mate.
Yeah.
Mr. Barr, hot one would eliminate. It would, wouldn't it? Wouldn't
would.
it just? Wouldn't it? The thing is, mate, with these Chinese companies, it's almost like you'd think that they'd just have a chat with some sort of Westerner and just say, "Does this work? Does this the way that this,
But the daft thing is that some companies that we know well,
yeah,
they were just names that were pulled out of a hat from Company's House. You know, the list of available company names. Focusrite's one of them. Focusrite was not something that Phil Dudderidge and planned. He went, that'll do.
Focusrite. I quite like Focusrite.
Exactly.
Good name. Herb of Fireside Studio. Hello, gents. Hello, mate. Anton Jan. James. Just gaffer tape the camera stand into the desired position. It's not. It's a gimbal camera. It goes that way up.
It's PTZ, pan, tilt, zoom.
Yeah.
Junk. It's not junk. The fact is the monitor stand that's junk. Anyway, moving on.
Pez, I've got some iron gears like Jivies. Should I get them coil split when I put them in?
If you fancy it, but I mean, to be honest, I didn't, and they sound great.
I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I don't think I ever use coil splits. I'm trying to think if I've got anything with coil splits that I would use. Honestly, I never use coil splits.
The only guitar that I actually use the coil splits on is that Les Paul that we did. Do you remember on was it the 100th show? 200th show? The long the when I did it live, when I did the pickup change live, I used the coil taps on that all the time.
On what guitar was it?
On my Les Paul Studio.
Yeah.
That we did live with the what they call the Kinmans.
Yeah.
I use the taps on that all the time.
You just said two different things. You just said coil splits and taps.
What's the difference?
Coil splits, split the coils. Tapping taps the wires at a certain point, so it reduces.
Oh, the coil splits then, because they go from being humbuckers to single coils.
Yeah. Okay. So PRS do coil taps.
Right.
PRS coil taps sound fantastic.
Oh, I didn't know that was a different. I was today years old when.
Oh, there we go.
I learned.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, world. I thought they were the same thing.
No, that's all right. It's all right. And I think lots of people do get confused. Coil splits. Coil taps are. I'd always choose it. So yeah, PRS humbuckers are fantastic for that. They do a great job.
Okay, well, I stand corrected, said the man in orthopedic shoes.
Zach, he says, "I've got Kemper player looking for captures and related items." Nice one, mate. Good job. Yeah, I'd like to try that.
We can't help you though because we don't support Kemper yet.
No, we don't do any of that sort of stuff. Shahar says, "Hot one, no longer a bargain brand. High-end Ampere 2 tone capture is $800. Wow, still cheaper than the competition.
Cheaper than Tone X.
Well, I think that captures on board as opposed to having
Okay.
to capture.
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm guessing that's what it does. I
Okay.
haven't seen any deets on it yet. Pez, evening Pez. Adam, he says, Paul's latest video on dialing in effects was great. One of the best guitar sounds I've ever heard. Oh, thanks, mate. Glad you like it. Lee says, yes, I brought over the Hot One Ampero Mini. You didn't like it. No, I really didn't. And I still get it. The thing is, it doesn't matter what you do. If you say you love something, you're being bought out by the company. These are the comments.
Yeah.
Not all the comments. Obviously, this is quite rare. If you say you don't like something, you're an idiot because the person that's watching the video has already bought it. So in which case, why are you watching a video on it? Why have you got to convince yourself that that it's good? Yeah, you can't win. It doesn't matter what happens. You cannot win.
No, we can't. We accept this and we move on.
Yeah. Jim, Paul, I know you did not care for the Hotone Ampero Mini, but the Ampero 2 and Stage sound good in videos that I've seen on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, no, it's not the fact that I didn't like it. It was just, I think I was so pissed off at the time because I think I've been trying quite a lot of effects units, and I was so, if this is how these companies are going to send these little units into the shop, so you plug them in, you put headphones on, you play through it, and you go through the presets, and you go, if this is how it sounds, it's absolute junk. They should be paying. Look at Axe Effects. Axe Effects, you go into the presets and they sound fantastic. That is what you want.
But Axe Effects are the only company that do that. Everyone else's presets.
Yeah.
And this is not a new thing. This is back since time and memorial, since the ART RS 2000, whatever it was called.
The ART SDE 2000.
That's the one. RS 2000 was a really cool rally car in the 80s.
Cool Escort, yeah.
The presets are always shocking.
They're not always shocking. They're always shocking.
They're mostly always shocking.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm sure you can get some good stuff out of it. It just felt really uninspiring to play through. I think it just felt it didn't feel you didn't feel connected to it. I think there was like some sort of latency issue or disconnection with it.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know you switched it. Sorry, Shahar, as well. Any advice for compact stereo preamp? My synth output is weak. Just need something to amplify it without using up my scarce interface preamps. James?
Well, there are a lot of really good 2-channel preamps out. I have several of them for sale right now.
But give him. I just go budget expensive.
Okay,
budget medium expensive.
Budget.
We can be here all day.
Okay. Anything Behringer will be fine. It will be fine. Don't tour with it, for God's sake, because it will die. That'll be fine. Mid-price Focusrite. The Focusrite Claret and Red stuff is great.
Really good.
High-end stuff, I mean, depending on your budget, I've got a beautiful Broadhurst Gardens over there, which is a money can't buy pre that could be yours for about £1,000.
Nice.
It's a lot for 2 channels, but actually £500 a channel, it's not so much.
Too bad.
No,
I don't think it's too bad.
No.
Can you get a double Neve preamp? There's a double like a. Do Warm Audio do like
warm stuff is great. Yes, the warm stuff's really good,
and they do a twin preamp, don't they?
A twin pre without the EQ is probably £700-800. I mean, trawl eBay. You'll probably find some. Who's the company that aren't BAE? You'll find some BAE pre's, Neve-esque pre's on eBay. You can't go far wrong with that stuff. You can't go wrong at all. It's brilliant.
Herb of Fireside Studio says, have either of you tried the Boss GX10? If so, what's your opinion on it? I did the launch video on it. It's good. Cargo Timmer, I'm struggling with the pros and cons of investing in either a Boss GX10 or 100 modeler or the Tonex white platform. I'm struggling. Depends if you want effects. So if you want effects, you want to go for the GX10 or 100, depending on the sort of size you need. If you're happy with, if you want to go for more sort of focused on amp tone with good effects, but they're limited, reverb, delay, compressor,
modulation.
Oh yeah. Then I would go Tonex. So if you want more sort of unusual effects, or you want to do a lot with something, go for that. Go for the Boss stuff. If you want guitar tone, I'd go for Tonex.
Yep, good shout.
Mississippi, hi TSR, and I just got an SSL 12. Did not realise you had a video on it, James. Good stuff.
It wasn't a TSR video, but it was a Studio Spares video, I think. Really good little desk. That's not that little. Really good thing.
Shahar, he says Logic has some decent built-in plugins. Most of them look god awful. The interface. Seeing Echo Boy plugin on your video made me realise that. Yeah. Well, that was Echo Boy Junior. The Echo Boy, and I picked the Junior one because I thought that people could. It's a bit more accessible. I mean, they're not expensive, but they're it's a little bit more accessible. Yeah, I know what you mean about some of the Logic stuff. You should, but they do sound good. Just got to get past the interface.
And yeah, I mean, the Logic stuff is really usable. It works.
Yeah, pretty good. Jim, did you guys ever hear the Sonic Cake Matrix Box 2 guitar modeling floorboard? No, never even heard of it.
God for that. No.
Chris, new PRS Dragon, a 40th Custom 24. Have I got that in? Yes, I have. It's in the news.
We'll come to that shortly.
Chris, has anyone tried the Mua G300? No, Lee probably has. Lee's tried everything. All of those sort of Chinese brand multi-effect stuff.
Lee loves a competitively priced product.
He does. He loves it. Dave, just seen that Rick Beato is about to bring out an interview with Dave Gilmore. Happy days. Yes, I saw that. That'll do very well for him, I think.
For who?
Rick Beato, I don't. Yeah, Dave Gilmore. He doesn't do a monkey.
He doesn't really need it, does he?
No, he doesn't need it. Shahar, Vinny the X looks a bit like Joe Satriani. Vinny. Shahar loves to
stir the pot.
No. He likes to say, like, if someone looks like someone. I think the way his brain works is that he'd go, he looks like, and he looks like, because Lee looks like Dilbert. Charbel, nearly. It did look Charbelly. Yeah. Smile. Fender Super Strat, GNL gone. They're just answering.
I guess.
Good. Joe, hello mate. He says, hi guys. Went ahead with the Soldano X88 IR purchase. I'm gonna have to quit watching your demos. Kidding, of course. Cheers, Joe. You'll enjoy that, mate. Loads of gain. We've already had a discussion about it, Joe, but haven't we? But Friedman going 80 is nice, said Shah. Keith, controversy over how Hot One is pronounced. Probably good marketing. Same for Nuts. That's true, actually. Probably is good marketing, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're all talking about it. Yeah.
There's no such thing as bad publicity, as they say.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that. Judd, I don't want to start World War 3, but if Tonewood is a thing, how come sported wood, i.e. fungus wood, comes out on high-end guitars? Honestly, I really don't get it. You guys are the best. So, sported woods, flamed, quilted, which yeah. So sported wood is sported wood is actually cancer. It's cancer wood.
Yeah.
And okay, so it's
Paul has a belief here that wood like that belongs in one place. That's grandma's coffee table.
Absolutely, I could not agree more with James. But wood like that is normally a top wood. So it's not normally the wood that the guitar is made out of. It's normally like a decorative wood that goes over the top, like maple tops, things like, you know. I mean, I don't like heavily figured woods. That's not heavily figured, but you can see the flame.
It's pretty.
Yeah. So I don't like figured woods, but yeah. But anyway, yes. The thing is, if you use maple, like spalted maple, flame maple, quilted maple for a guitar body, it would be incredibly heavy. So that's why they tend to use them as tops. So, you know, on the Gibson, you can see how thick from the binding, how thick the top is.
When I was at university,
Yeah.
I built 2 basses out of book match maple.
And how heavy the hell are they?
Well, they could actually they could restart the sun. That's how heavy they are.
Yeah, you don't make guitars out of,
No.
unless you're an absolute idiot.
Hello. I mean, Paul, are you ready for this onslaught of testosterone-driven guitar?
What do we do? Because there's two. We got 2 people waiting to come on. So
Yeah.
do they come on together, or do we do them individually?
No, I think they come on together. Start a fight.
Okay, it's quite hard to control when 4 people are. Okay, go for it.
Right, you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? Introducing in the blue corner, Dilbert himself, Mr. Lee Abraham, and in the red corner, the living legend. He's warming up as we speak. The one, the only, Mr. Paul Bradshaw.
Hello, gents. Right,
Hello.
How's everyone? How is everyone?
Good. Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you.
I can hear both of you. Right.
Right.
Should we do? Who was first in? I think Lee was first.
Lee
in.
was first.
Let's go for Lee.
All right, chaps, can you hear me okay?
Hello,
Yeah,
mate.
all good.
All good, mate.
I wanted to, rather than show off any new gear, which I'm not going to do, I just wanted to have a chat about something which came up on a colleague's video, should we say.
Go on then.
I wondered what you thought if you'd seen it a couple of days ago. John Cordy released a video and started talking about how, in his mind, amp modeling was still king over amp capturing. And he was working from the point of view that the amp capturing that he's done, or he's got experience of, when you make an amp capture, it captures just that single point in time in terms of where the knobs are set. And when you either on, I guess he was talking about Tonex and he was talking about Nano Cortex, because that's what the 2 devices he's got. When you use the knobs to deviate either the gain or the graphic or whatever, it doesn't sound right. All of a sudden, at that one moment in time snapshot capture, it sounds really good and it sounds kind of perfect. But as soon as you deviate, it doesn't. And he said for him, that's what lets capturing down over modeling, because modeling, you know, they do this whole thing where they work from the ground up in terms of components and all that kind of guff. Know, just wondered what we thought about that kind of idea.
And I think it's really interesting. I mean, there's so that James is biting his hand because he can't talk about something that's coming out on Friday, but things might change. So opinions might be changing.
I don't use the word game changer.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, we can't.
But
anyway, that's probably about as far as you can take that. But I think so. Originally, captures. The idea of capturing came in as a studio tool. It was meant as a like, we're putting down this guitar part. Now we might want to come back to that. So we're going to capture that amp because we don't want to then break that amp down and then put it back up and then we get a different guitar tone because the microphone is a millimeter off. So that is what capturing was originally invented for. But then, you know, then people went, well, hold on a second. That's the tone that we got for when we were recording. So let's use that live.
Yeah.
So then, but yeah, I completely agree. If you deviate from that tone, it's not as good. But I still prefer the sound of an amp. I still prefer that sound. So personally, I think capturing is is better. What do you think, James?
Could I add something to
Yeah, go on, Paul.
Please do.
So I did a video earlier this week where I compared Nano Cortex, Tonex, NAM to captures I did of my amp that's back there in the dark. And essentially, I think it's very different expectation level wise when you can capture something yourself. So I think most people who say use Tonex or even Nano Cortex and things like that, they'll be buying profiles online of stuff that they've never used, if that makes sense. So how can you judge something based on something you've never tried yourself? So you're putting your faith into how good the actual capture was made, if that makes sense. So that's to me where that kind of judgment call that makes things kind of difficult, because you don't have access to the original source. So you can't really, a good tone will be a good tone ultimately,
Yeah, completely agree.
So,
completely agree.
I bought one of these.
Right.
That is
I
a
haven't tried it yet.
No. And as a capture player, let's think of this as the Kemper player for the moment. It is good.
Well, it's the same as Tonex. Tonex is a player. It's a
Yes,
player, isn't it?
is a player. But this says you can do quad cortex level capturing. I have not got a successful capture out of this yet. Now,
Really?
I've tried several times to capture. I am not new to capturing. I'm quite good at it. We've done quite a lot of Tonex type stuff, and I can't get this to sound like I can Tonex captures.
That's really
using
interesting.
exactly the same signal chain.
That's interesting.
I'm wondering if in the slimming down of the processing and all that, something somewhere has gone missing. I'm prepared to hold my hands up and say I'm an idiot because it's me.
Can I offer some insight on that? Just because I've spent the last 2 or 3 weeks capturing stuff on Tonex, capturing stuff on NAM, doing it the traditional way. So I've got a reamp box and then using that with an amp with a load box. And then when I got the Nano Cortex last week, I plugged that into the load box and it was done in a matter of minutes. I mean, the whole capture process is under 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And just to compare, like the amount of signal that's sent to the amp. So for 50 seconds, it will send like signals to the amp. And then based on that, it will train a profile. And then you compare that to, say, Tonex, where it's almost 5 minutes, where it's sending signal to the amp and then training, which you can decide how long you train for. And NAM, you can also go even further with that. And that's where you sort of, when you see those differences, that's where it gets kind of difficult to say, well, what's the best capturer?
my only rationale for what is better, what is worse, was when I do the A/B between the amp, the real amp, and the capture, or the whatever you want to call it, the profile. That was when I heard the difference, and I mean, it wasn't even close. It was not close at all. Now, I would say it was something I'm doing wrong, but that was exactly the same signal chain as I use for capturing for Tonex, and Tonex is within that much different.
Oh, we'll have to do that. We'll have to bring it over, and then we'll do a joint. We'll do a joint thing. And anyway, we have deviated from Lee's question, but I still think I would rather play through a capture.
Lee. Can you come on the show next week and ask me this again? Because genuinely,
is this the reason why Cordy mentioned it? Is he warming up to something?
Product,
possibly.
more than likely, the product releases tomorrow, but because of not getting the final release version of the software, etc., until yesterday, I've said I can't have the video ready and do it justice till Friday.
But there will be other videos out tomorrow, I guess.
I suspect some people will have worked all day and all night and all that sort of stuff. I need sleep.
Well, I think that's a poor show, personally.
You think what?
I think that's a poor show, James, personally.
Well,
You
you
can
can
put in the effort in.
pick one anytime.
Go on, that one.
What are the chances? Trust
See that?
me.
See that?
Yeah, the world's smallest violin. Yeah,
He's playing a sad song just for you.
yeah. I'm not going to say anything more. Wait till Friday, and prepare to be wowed and amazed.
Well, do you have a PayPal account that people can send you money if you like spill the beans earlier?
It's the same as my email address. I'm not cheap, but I can be had.
So Paul, go on, Paul. What was your statement, question?
Yeah. So
Revelation.
I logged in while you were talking about presets and how that presets on devices are generally sort of like, a bit of a toss up.
Yeah.
I think I was that kind.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring across this talking point of like, if you look at, say, synthesizers, where some of those presets were like iconic, like if you think the start of Thriller, for example, or if you look at like the lately bass preset on a Yamaha, I think T81Z, those were iconic sounds for like different periods, even the DX7. So this is like completely other tech or gear, but this hasn't been the case in terms of guitar tones. Or maybe I'm wrong. There's amps and things like that, but is there a preset that sort of does this as well?
I think you're right. I think you're right, but that may be because when you're playing through a DX7, you're playing a DX7. So maybe when you're plugged, you've got a Strat plugged in, and someone's fingers, that person's fingers, Lee's fingers, whatever, would sound completely different to James's fingers, to my fingers, to your fingers, using the same guitar. And maybe so the person's gone, right, I'm going to pick up my custom shop Strat and I'm going to play this, and then someone then plugs their Les Paul into it and go, well, that sounds a bit muddy. So maybe it's that, maybe there's not the.
But what's funny, and Paul, I totally get it. I mean, there are, M1 piano, the M1 dance piano is legendary. The D50 Glass Voices, D50 Calliope, all those sort of things are legendary and are on hundreds, if not thousands, of tracks. And yet, Paul and I sell quite a lot of captures of amps that weren't necessarily played by our fingers in the capture process, because that's all done electronically, but they're certainly dialed in from our playing. So I'm not sure I have a point there, really. I think I equally make and break the point in the same phrase. But
I think it's more just like it's something to think about, because it's, typically a lot of the gear that has been iconic in guitar playing over the years, you think about certain amps, and we'll go back to, say, Voxers, Marshalls, Fenders, and things like that. And also certain effects units like the Eventide or even the TC 2290 is just an example of like, that's an iconic delay sound. Yeah. But it's not to the same level of like, on synths and presets. But yeah, it's just more sort of like a kind of think about, what are these sort of presets or signal chains that have been iconic over the years, and that'll be attributed more to a player than necessarily the gear, which is not the case in, say, synthesizers and things like that.
The minute you said player, I went Brian May Vox 8030.
Yeah.
Mark Knopfler, Eric Clapton, SLO 100. That sound of a point in time. Do we also now have that in a sample domain? Like the sample of the drum machine for Umbrella by Rihanna is basically it's an Apple loop, isn't it? Mm-hmm. A Logic loop. I'm wondering if it's just a point in time thing.
I was gonna say, actually, because I remember when the Korg Trinity came out, which was, I think, 1997. It was the year I got married, actually. That's why I remember it. And I was in a cover band with a keyboard player who bought one, and also I was listening to two prog bands at the time, Dream Theater and IQ. And both those keyboard players were early adopters of the Korg Trinity, and they released albums that had Korg Trinity sounds all over them. And my keyboard player used to go, oh yeah, that sound, I've got that sound. And he just used to suddenly, just press buttons and all these sounds from your favorite album suddenly appeared.
Awesome.
But I mean,
just exactly the same sound. It's just a stock sound.
But as a Gilmore super fan, I've spent days, weeks honing 11 rack patches to sound like Run Like Hell and Comfortably Numb, and
and you'll get close, but not perfect,
because these are mine and not Dave Gilmore's. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you'll get the essence of it, but not perfection. Yeah.
I'll just throw something else into here because I'm a promoter in Luxembourg. So you mentioned Dream Theater. I promoted the Luxembourg show last night.
Cool.
I don't know if you're going to see them, if they've played the UK. I think they played the UK already. Oh yeah, it's if you haven't seen them yet on this tour, no spoilers, but I think they're really on form. Like the sort of energy levels back on stage.
Apparently the good drummers back.
Yeah, I heard.
The good drummer.
I think they mentioned that on stage as well. But what I wanted to say with that is that I've found, like, over the year, like for the last year, for example, more often than not, I'm seeing like Kemper's Quad Cortex on stage, followed by Fractal on certain gigs, and then Line 6 to some extent. But there's a lot of like Kemper's, and that seems to still be the mainstay for like a lot of like live acts. And I don't see that many amps, or they're carefully hidden away so I can't see them. But that seems to be like, logistically it makes sense, but that's more and more the kind of trend, I
was about to say though, because the last time I saw Dream Theater, it was a smaller tour, as in a smaller venue tour, and it was like, I didn't hear this officially, but I heard this from one of the support bands. They were told no ridiculous drum kits, no 15 amp backlines. It's modelers and capture devices. It's not big amp rigs on this tour, because the cost of freight for moving that stuff around is just unbearable and unmanageable for a tour, unless you are playing Wembley Stadium 6 nights in a row. It's not feasible.
Well, he does have, because I think Ola did a run through of his rig.
I watched it half an hour.
Yeah. And he's using like rack amps, and he's got like, it's an MXR chorus pedals going out into the front, and it's this huge kind of wide sound, and it sounds amazing live, and it's carefully tucked away somewhere, and that's stuff that you don't usually get to see.
Do you notice how
but more often than not, people aren't seeing amps on stages,
It was shiny.
It was blindingly brand new, all of it. It's got 4 Mesa Boogie heads in that rack. 4.
You don't want to lift it, do you?
And left and right spare, I guess. But God,
you don't want to lift it, that's for sure.
No, I think it's on casters. It would have to be, I think. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, lots of money.
Well, cheers for coming on, fellas.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. Good to see you guys.
Cheers, Paul. Good
Always
to see you again,
very
mate.
welcome,
Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you, Paul. Good to see you, Lee.
Yep. See you later,
care.
chaps.
See you, fellas.
See ya.
Take care, boys.
Right, should we do the news?
Yes, I've got one piece of news to do first.
Okay.
Now, it will not be a shock to you, the listening viewer, that both Paul and I spent a little bit of time during the summer with our friends at Thomann in Germany. We had a lovely time. Thanks to the team out there for looking after us. However, we are Thomann affiliate partners and all that sort of stuff. So when you see links down below with the videos, if you like what you see and you fancy buying something, I'm going to say, please buy it from them, because we get a little tiny bit of kickback.
Very small.
Very small, but it helps keep the wall from the door, keeps the lights on, all that sort of stuff. This was not one of those scenarios. They did not know who I was. I did not use the line, "Do you know who I am?" I placed an order for a thing, and I noticed, then about 3 days later, I placed another order for some stuff. These are 2 separate things. I then went to look at the first order and went, oh, hang on, they haven't shipped it yet because the order wasn't complete. So they were waiting for stock. So I phoned them, spoke to someone on the English call center team because, they have localized, they know where you're phoning from, therefore we can speak to the right person. The person A not only said, I can part ship that order for you, no problem. He then said, I've just seen that you've ordered something else that didn't qualify for free shipping. I'll put that in this order that I'm going to send you now, and I'll refund you the shipping fee for the order that didn't apply for free shipping. That, boys and girls, is customer service.
Yeah, they do a good job, don't they?
That is top notch. Giving people money back when they didn't have to. I didn't ask for it back. They said, I'll refund you the shipping because we bump it all together. That's proper customer service, and that is why Thomann succeed.
They're good guys.
It is. The news.
Right. The news it is. Let me do that. Right. Right. I'm going to do this first because there's a couple of wrong ones. There's a couple of wrong ones today in the news. This being, that's ugly, isn't it?
See, I've got a problem. I've got a problem with this. Is that the Mary Ford Les Paul?
Yeah.
Was what we call an SG, because Les Paul's first Les Paul was an SG shape.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, the fact that it's got the arm cover thing on it to stop the wear and tear is just god ugly. Full stop.
No, the SG. The SG.
The Les Paul that everyone sees Les Paul playing, and I have to stop myself saying Les Paul because it's not Les Paul, it's Les Paul. Is an SG shape. It's not a Les Paul shape.
No, it's Les Paul shape.
Okay, we'll have to fight that one out later.
Okay, yeah, we'll have a fight
anyway,
about that later.
That is god ugly. Take that god awful shoulder marker thing off. That's hideous.
God. It looks like they've carved a little bit of Granny's toilet seat. There you go, a little bit of Granny's toilet seat that's got a bit of pattern on it.
How many million pounds is that?
That is horrible, isn't it?
How many million pounds is it?
It is. It's about $2,500. Oh my God, that's a wrong one. That's a wrong one. Right. Okay. So first one. Right. Oh yes. So Paint Audio. Have you heard about this company?
I've seen it, and I saw the bloke doing the demo, and I thought, oh my God, how out of your depth are you doing this demo?
Yeah. Yes, but maybe it's not quite finished yet, where they can actually send it out. So basically, what this is, if anyone hasn't seen it,
it's a laptop, isn't it? A laptop in a pedal format.
Exactly, with an audio with an audio interface on it.
Yeah.
So basically, what you can do is to load in VSTs or amp sims or whatever, and then have chains of amp sims. So where it's taken Neural DSP so long to get their plugin over to, and it's funny because it looks like a quad cortex. It looks like an ugly quad cortex. You can basically do that with this. And also, that video that I did yesterday where I was using the Valhalla Shimmer reverb, you can do that with this. So I thought, yeah, really good. And he's good.
But it looks like it's got holes in it, but those holes are screens.
Yeah, they're screens, and it's also like some sort
of
little
joysticky type. It looks like a computer game. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's it does. So they reckon it's going to be about €1,000.
If it's €1,000, they're going to sell a bazillion of them.
Yeah, I think they would as well. Apparently, the touchscreen's quite clunky, but anyway, it's
But touchscreens are quite clunky. You only use something like that if it's got a HDMI out to run a monitor.
It has. No, it's got USB-C.
Better still. Perfect. Then
Yeah.
you do your programming with a monitor,
Yeah.
and then you do your playback live with the foot controls, and maybe a little bit of tappy here and there.
Yeah.
It looks very cool.
Yeah, I think they're
I
gonna.
think they would need to. What's the phrase? Embed a more dedicated version of Windows into it, so it's not just start it up. Oh, here's a computer. It needs to be an embedded version of Windows.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. Origin Effects Deluxe 55. So it's
Nice.
like it's a tweed and a pedal. I mean, I don't know, not my sort of thing. But
Not Tweed fans, are we really?
no, I'm not a tweed fan. PRS 40th anniversary. So yeah, it's 40 years since PRS have started.
That's not the Dragon, though, is it? That's the 40th anniversary, McCarthy.
That's the 40th anniversary. And then you've got the Dragon. Is the Dragon on this as well? Yes, it is. There it is.
Look, I mean, don't get me
mate,
wrong.
you're wrong. You're an absolute,
No. What I'm going to say is,
you're
I
wrong.
don't want it more. I don't want it, but the craftsmanship in that is.
It annoys me. Do you know why it annoys me?
Tell us why it annoys you.
Because it's never going to be played.
It's going to sit in someone's glass cabinet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 20 grand.
Yeah,
It's 20 grand. No one's going to play that.
it's such a shame. It's a waste. It's
It's a waste.
It's a massive
What's
waste.
the point? Are we making, are we making guitars or art? Not we, obviously.
Some
Are they?
would argue that they are one and the same.
Yeah, and I get that, but that's the people that buy that are never going to play them out.
Never. And if they do, that guitar is never going to see a gig.
No.
It's never going to see other people, and it's probably never going to see anyone who can actually play, because that's a dentist's stroke lawyer's guitar.
That, without doubt, that is. I mean, if there's ever the argument about PRS, if we could ever say, PRS are finally not doing this, that is just
that day is not today.
Yeah, that day is not today. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for helping me out that one. Okay, this looked good though. So Wampler Catacomb. So this basically is what I did in that video yesterday in one pedal. The only thing that I can't see, no, you can sort of do with this. The only thing that you can't really do with this is the actual sort of filtering off of the delays and the reverbs. It's got like a tone control in it,
right?
But yes, it's basically delay and reverb in one pedal.
I like Wampler stuff generally.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's well built. It does what it's supposed to do. Is it expensive?
I don't know, but look at the size. It's a good size. Look, it's quite compact.
It's very pedalboard friendly.
It's 300 quid.
That's for a really good delay reverb, not horrendous.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good stuff.
And it's a lot smaller than something like the TC Flashback, which is my normal choice for delays and delay type things.
Right. And the highlight of the week.
Hello, Kitty.
So Fender did this. Fender released the Hello Kitty guitars. I don't know how long ago now. Ages ago, 2007, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
They're now going for big money. So you could buy one of these monstrosities on eBay for about 700 quid.
Yeah.
So
that's a Squire as well.
Yeah, the Squires. Yeah. So the Squire one's £362, and you can,
So do you know who wants one of those?
Shit-looking guitar. What? Who wants one? Oh yeah, I know what. Yeah.
My daughter.
Of course she does.
She saw that and went, "Daddy, I love that guitar you bought me that you've never let me put in my room."
But look at that. It's actually the Hello Kitty is the
scratch plate. I mean, that's kind of cool. That is.
Oh, that's horrible.
Look at them. Oh my God, she'd explode. She would. She'd explode.
And then you get Hello Kitty cable.
71 quid for the bag.
Yeah, but that's about right. There's even a pedal as well. There's a Hello Kitty pedal. Oh, there it is. Hello Kitty Fuzz.
If I bought that for her, I think she would continue to have guitar lessons for the next week.
Exactly. There we go. Right.
Wow.
Okay. Let's get into it because we've got 45 minutes to get everything done.
Boom.
Judd, I don't want to start World War III, but no, we've done that.
Yeah, boom.
We did answer it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. Yes. Session Gold, you inspired me, Paul. My EMG SL20 set is being installed as we speak. Took a lot more time and effort than expected, though. I hope you're doing it yourself, Session Gold. It's so easy, as opposed to sending it out to someone, because it's so easy to do.
Is this the EMG set that I've just bought?
Yes, you've got it on that guitar you've just bought off me.
Just so you know, Paul is a Schecter, isn't it? That Schecter custom shop.
It's a
my
shop.
We decided that we couldn't let that go, or Paul decided that he couldn't let that go, so he's kept it in house. So I've bought it.
Yes, good. That was good. I'm glad you bought it, to be honest.
Because and the EMGs sold the sealed the deal.
Yeah, well, you get the other pickups as well.
I know, but they're never going to go back on.
JP, Dave Hardy, really? Beato made a video saying why Dave Gilmore would never come on his show.
Yes, and then Dave Gilmore went, I'm at the Hollywood Bowl. I'm going to do it. I would love to have seen that gig. The new album is amazing as well.
Is it?
Luck and Strange.
I haven't heard it yet.
So good.
Is it? Oh, great.
Good. Yeah. I like.
It was a bit weird lyrically for me. I heard some of the songs done. I saw the interview thing with it.
Yeah.
I saw a little snippet.
If
so I was
you're
like,
watching Dave, if you're listening to Dave Gilmore for the lyrics, though, I think you're kind of missing the point.
Yeah, you probably are.
No, I like it. I liked Rattle That Lock as well. The last song, which I thought was really cool. There was a few too many weird moments on it, but still, great album.
Lone Pigsy and Cub. Tony.
Tony.
Yep. Wadey. I like that. I like his red custom shop.
So do I.
When will we see a 2-Rock plugin vid? When will we see a 2-Rock plugin vid, or will we from you guys? A 2-Rock plugin vid?
If 2-Rock did a plugin, I would find that very strange, because
2-Rock would never do a plugin.
Exactly.
2-Rock would never, ever, ever do a plugin.
It would have to be a valve powered plugin that you would stick in the side of the monitor.
Yeah. I would never. Yeah, I can't ever see. I think they're too much.
And it would cost £1,000.
Lone Pigs in Cub. I grant you 1 win. Thank you. I don't know what for, but thanks.
Yoda is clearly driving his text to speak.
Pez, have you seen Wings of Pegasus vids analysing the use of auto-tune backing tracks live, Taylor Swift, etc.? No.
I have, because it was Wings of Pegasus who exposed your friend and mine, Ken Tamplin.
His name had to be mentioned. 10 Camplin. Had to be
Ken
mentioned.
10 Camplin. Phil from Wings of Pegasus. I don't know if Wings of Pegasus are a band or whether that's just the catchy name of his YouTube channel. I hope they're a band, because that's great. I've watched a lot of Phil's kind of demystifying people's vocal tuning videos. I am not aware of the software that he uses. Now, I'm quite a techie nerd when it comes to things like that. I would love to do a video with Phil about his analysis techniques, because I'm genuinely curious. But I've not come across that particular software. But, you know, if the version of the WAV file that's from a live performance and the version of the WAV file from an album are the same, there's no argument. There's miming, because it's not possible to sing something exactly the same in exactly the same way to the nth degree. It's not possible. So I congratulate Phil from Wings of Pegasus for his analysis videos and the fact that he's sticking to his guns and saying, look, this is real. It's data. I'm not saying anything that's not data driven. So nice one, Phil, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Jim, Paul, many brands that make modeling units have not so good sounding factory presets. No, yeah, but that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
Most of them do. Chris, really hot one. I had tried a Valiton on Anderton's video advice and disliked it. So now I'm not going to give Sonic Cake Hot One another chance.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Absolutely. Keith, regarding multi effects, I don't mind a lot of the boss ones, but annoys me when presets cannot be overwritten with your own patches. Well, they can. Then you normally have like bank A and bank B, and bank B is your
User versus presets.
exactly. Yeah.
This, I'm sorry, their banking system, because they've only got 2 pedals, the banking thing is completely unfathomable.
Why don't you get rid of that? Have you still got time to send that back?
No.
Ah.
There's a reason for keeping it, but the reason is rapidly diminishing.
Ah.
I could flog it for the same. It wouldn't hurt me.
Okay. Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Paul, did you try the wah-wah when you dug into the new Boss GX10? If so, how do you activate the wah? Activate the wah by just pushing down on it. So like a normal wah-wah pedal, just press harder.
Yep, there'll be a little momentary.
Yeah. Tim, Paul, how would the Zoom MS50G work with Tonix for the modulation reverb delay effects? I think
As long as you put it afterwards.
Yeah, put it afterwards.
Yeah.
The only thing is, you can't put. Sometimes, I mean, I like certain like phases before the amp, so you can't really do that. Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Phaser before amp, without a doubt. Phaser before
vibrato before amp. Yes.
Vibrato. Interesting. Why vibrato?
Just because I like the idea of modulating the signal going into the amp.
Interesting. Well, it's the same with phaser. So the classic Eddie Van Halen sound.
Yeah. Is
phaser into distortion.
Okay.
Paul, he said, as a talk point, it's interesting that some synth presets have been iconic.
Kind of got
basically what Paul came on to say.
Yeah.
Lone Pigs in Car, budget versus expensive blind shootouts would be sweet.
The problem with shootouts is it involves lots of gear, and most of the time, the gear that we try out, we've paid for.
Yeah,
I think we've done quite a bit of stuff where we've gone, Harley Benton versus.
Yeah, and then it's quite controversial because then people, if you get people that go, "Oh, great, I'll go and buy a Harley Benton," and there's some people go, you get cross about it. It's a bit of a. I mean,
can I read a stupid comment just because we've got so many great stupid comments for tonight. It's hilarious. Where is it? So this is from @TheTonework. My Harley Benton is far superior to Fender's Masterbuilts. Not much of a high bar to set.
That's a very uneducated comment.
It's a very controversial comment because
that's a very stupid, uneducated comment.
There's no two ways about it that both Paul and I love the Harley Benton family of guitars. Absolutely. They are amazing. They're not even just amazing for the money. They are amazing guitars.
Yeah.
But you can't compare a €500 guitar with a €5,000 guitar. It's not even in the same ballpark. It's not even the same shop.
Well, it's not even a 500. I mean, there aren't many Harley Bentons at £500. They're a couple of £100.
Yeah,
you can't really compare. That's not very.
It's
comments like that. It's comments like that annoy me because it's someone that's got something that then doesn't know anything about something else, but says it's better than. It's just stupid. Comment.
What upsets me is if the Tonework had played side by side a Fender Masterbuilt Strat and a Harley Benton style S guitar, then the Tonework can comment. I suspect the tone work has never done that.
I suspect the same thing.
So thank you for your comment on that video. I would have put it on screen, but sometimes I don't know which video it comes from to put it on the screen. So yeah.
Silly comment. Mike, I can second the Broadhurst Gardens preamps, tested them with Pro Tools Expert. Preamp shootout scored highly. Nice.
Yes, we did Mike and I did a massive preamp shootout many moons ago.
Awesome.
Lots of fun, lots of swapping of cables.
Nice. Tim. Oh, excuse me. Thanks, Paul. Anytime, mate. Anytime. Excuse me, guys. I did a little yawn then. Jeff, my 2 cents on the Hotone Hot One name. The fact that there's no space suggests to me that the T is supposed to be shared. The last letter of hot and the first letter of tone. Hot tone. Yes, it may be, but unfortunately, that is what Phil McKnight asked them, and that's what they said. So,
what do we know?
I don't think you can. It's a Chinese company. I don't think you can.
No,
there's no reasoning. Jeff, given that it's related to music, hot tone also makes more sense than hot one. Absolutely, but again, it's hot. T1.
Mr. I, go
Mr.
away.
I?
No, Mr. I.
Who's Mr. I?
The next comment.
I can't even see the next comment.
Okay, you're not good.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, no, do that. Yes, pretty much, mate. Pretty much. Studio Twats.
He can still fuck off.
That's a better name. Hold on, that's a much better name. Studio Twats.
You have that. I'll have Studio Twats for the other channel, and I'll take all the.
I like it. I like that. Cheers, Mr. Roy. Yeah. Shahar, it's Mua somehow bovine inspired brand.
What was that line from Friends when Joey said it's a moo point? What? It's the cow's point of view. It's a moot point, isn't it? When someone says something that's already so obvious, it's a moot point. But he said it's a moo point. It's the cow's point of view.
I see. Tone Dragon. Greetings, Rex. Have you tried the new UA plugins? Those bundle deals look good to pass up. Look too good to pass up.
I haven't yet tried the new amp sim plugins because time, basically. And until UA say they're going to, quite frankly, cross our palms with silver, I've done enough favors for them recently.
Pet, music taste being subjective. Is there a brand that captures
a band
that captures an atmosphere more than The Cure? Always loved the guitar sound from the moment of conception. That's interesting. I'm not a massive Cure fan.
Friday on My Mind is the only one. I would
Friday
say
I'm in Love.
Friday I'm in Love. Yes, sorry, Friday on My Mind. That's Gary Moore. Friday I'm in Love is a great song, but it's a great song.
Is it? Is it a great song? I think it's a terrible song.
Is it the problem that I put The Cure and the Smiths in the same camp?
Does that same era? Same
does
era.
That make me wrong? Because I'm not a huge The Smiths fan.
I wasn't a Smiths fan, and then I heard it recently, well, a few years ago, and just went, the
tones are great. That bow.
Yeah, How Soon Is Now. Yeah, that's really good. It's really good. I like it. I like Morrissey. I think
the thing is with Morrissey, I can't get my bad Morrissey impression out of my head whenever I hear Morrissey. It's one note. We're always going back to the one note, and it's the one note that I'm going to go back to, even when the song doesn't work. Going back to that one note.
Oh, you sound like Billy Bragg to me, so it's all the same.
Billy Bragg is actually a bad. Well, actually, Morrissey's a bad Billy Bragg ripoff.
There you go. Shahar, hooah. So much.
Good guy.
Lone Pigs in Cub. The OG Mua was those toys you'd flip over and it would make a mooing sound. Yes. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Joe, love the Tonewood argument. Such a load of bollocks.
Walking away.
Walk away. You can have lots of people disagree here, including myself. Tone log.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Willie. Willie. Good boy, Willie. Michael. Hello, everyone. Hello, mate. Keith, bring it over and we'll do a joint. Bring what over?
The log.
What log?
The log.
I don't know.
The tone log. I don't know.
Tone log? I don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know. I don't know. Tim, Lee, what is your true thoughts on the Boss modeler sound? I know you're a Boss fan.
He's not here.
So go and check out Tim. Might be worth asking. So Lee's got a channel now, a YouTube channel called LA Guitar, L.A. Guitar. Yeah, if Lee's not about, it might be worthwhile putting a message on Lee's channel.
Yep.
Tone spliffs are real.
Damn right.
Okay, Jay Wright. The first Boss modeling gear I've ever got along with is a Gen 3 Katana, specifically the push model and the bloom function. Absolutely. It seems to be a step change in Boss modeling to me. I agree.
Oh, come on. Cosm modeling was the way forward on the Cube, Mark II.
Hollywood. Love the view of the signal chain and the player. Nuno is BL 500 pickups, bright high output pickups. Proco Rat, and it's a filter pedal amp. Boss GT8 for the effects in the loop. Yeah, Nuno gets a great sound from that one, doesn't he?
But Nuno could play a Squire Strat through a Sun Mustang and it would still sound like Nuno.
Still be good. It would still be good. Hollywood, prior to that, Nuno used ADA with Boss ME. Yeah.
I'm still trying to find an ADA.
Oh, they're everywhere.
No, but for sensible money.
Right. Michael, Chicago.
Yeah,
yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Shahar, totally agree. Kempers are everywhere, especially the death, black thrash, tech metal bands. Interesting. All the bands Paul is into. I love all that. I don't know what it is, but I love it. Nectarius, would you be happy guitar players in a world with no tube amps? That's a really good question.
Yeah, I would, because it's about it's not about 150-year-old tech. It's about playing the instrument. It's about playing guitar and making music. Don't ask me on my own, but if Paul and Ben and Jamie were around here, we were all making music together, then it'd be worth it. It wouldn't matter how we were doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. You know, if you'd never played through a valve amp, then you wouldn't know. So yes.
And again, how many times have we said the Boss Katana is so close that it's, you know, it's not even a tenth of the.
It's a feel thing as well, though, isn't it?
It is. I love my valve amps, but it's more about the music.
Yeah.
How very perfect world is that? Oh, there's more there chatting. Yeah.
Hollywood says, I remember catching up on BBC Two, Party in the Park this summer on iPlayer. Always check what guitarists were using. A lot of Kemper, some Core Cortex.
Yeah.
And very few amps and pedals. Wow.
Because they're light, they're quick.
Hollywood, James Blunt guitarist was an ace sound with amp and pedals. Nice. That's a good view, actually. The James Blunt documentary on Netflix. Worth watching. Yeah, it's quite good.
And he's hilarious.
He is funny. Yeah, I like James Blunt.
He has the best Twitter account ever.
Yeah,
he's brutal.
Goes through all of that. Shahar Bar, does Toman honour the James Ivy discount?
If you ask,
they should.
Everyone does. If you ask, you've only got to ask.
Toman from the States isn't easy.
No, agreed.
I think that's becoming easier. I've got a feeling someone said
they do, but you can't buy Gibson or Fender from Toman, and they won't ship to the.
Why would you?
I know.
Otherwise, it would ship to Germany, then to be shipped back.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Lee says, Chicago, we're doing a video on the Boss modeler tones, but in short, I love the X Crunch and X High Gain and X Modded. Excellent tones with the right IR.
Yeah.
Nice one. Well, I have an SG and a Les Paul. If the SG is a Les Paul, how many ducks are in Scarborough? It's good.
I love it. What a Willie.
No, they released the Les Paul and then later the SG, but they called it the Les Paul just to confuse things. Then they did the Les Paul again. It's called the new Les Paul, the SG. It's true. Yeah, the SG.
I knew there was. I'd seen Les Paul playing an SG, but it had Les
Yeah,
Paul in the stock.
but that's way after.
All right.
Way after. I'd love to have some Valhalla Supermassive on my board. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
great, wouldn't it?
Valhalla should make effects pedals. They should do it. I don't know why they don't.
Great.
Willie, Shimmer is also very 2000, very much so. But the Shimmer is, I couldn't agree more, but modulated reverbs aren't.
No, I love her. Yes.
JP, yes, they discontinued the standard Les Paul and released what we now call the SG as a Les Paul, as Les was pissed. Yes, he didn't like the SG.
In
61.
Yeah, and then
I thought it was 1966.
yeah, there's a bit of a fight going on about that. So let's move on.
Have a little ruck about.
Yeah.
No. It definitely is not 1966 because 50
SG shape LP was 61.
Yeah, it was 61. It definitely was because I've got my list. My SG is a 64.
I thought the SG meant solid guitar, not standard guitar. And various people are now saying solid guitar, as in solid body. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. There's lots of arguments about it, but it's solid guitar.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. DMAC, I'm interested in the Boss GX10. They put the GX100 on sale here, though, so there's about 210 Canadian dollars difference. Worth going for the GX100. Well, it's all about space. If you want more pedals to control things, go for the GX100. If you've got the space, I mean, we're not talking mega. We're talking about the difference from that to that.
Yeah,
it's not a massive difference in the space. I would probably go for. I'd probably go for the GX100.
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
20k and no one will play, but I think we're talking about the Dragon. Therefore, no need to set up. Get the action 5mm at the 12th fret.
Nice.
Sorry, my type. Oh, it means solid.
Yes.
L guitar. Look for that. Thank you. There we go. Willie, Keith has just schooled JP. Sick burn. A long day.
Right. Boom. Here we go.
Hollywood actress. Oh, by the way, guys, give us a like if
please.
This. Yeah, it really helps. Yes, Hello Kitty. My kids wanted one of those, but they like 500 plus used on the original models. I'm sure they were only sub 150. Exactly what they were.
Yes. Boom. Hang on. Yeah. Sorry, there's some more. There's more chat going on.
Mr. Barr. Yeah, for your information, Gilmore doesn't write the lyrics. His wife does. I know. That's the problem. Tim.
Yeah. Sorry, there's more. They're chatting amongst themselves again.
They have with help from another company. I don't understand.
There you go.
Yoko Gilmore is a. Love Yoko.
Nicely done. Willie's on form tonight.
He's good, yeah. Shahar, Wave Audio makes 2-rock plugins. Oh,
really?
Oh, okay. They're a bit pricey, but slick UI like Neural. Yeah, it's because it uses the same engine, doesn't it?
Yes.
All of those ones.
Yeah.
John did a video on it. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're not. Are they official? Are they official plugins, or are they just like someone's done some 2-rock plugins?
No idea.
Session Gold. I'm really clumsy, and a lot had to be done. Stereo output jack soldering, cut the bit guard to fit the FR, and the routing space was weird. So a lot of wood needed to be cut, filed to fit the 9-volt battery. Okay. Right. Yes. No. Fair enough, mate. Fair dues. He's talking about the Steve Lukather EMG set.
Yep. Yeah.
Nectarius, he says, pick one guitar, only for pristine, clean guitar tone. No compression or overdrive whatsoever allowed. Just delay and reverb. Strat, Telly, Gretsch, something else. Telly.
Strat, just to throw it out there.
Dave, Hollywood Bowl is overrated as a listening experience. When the neighbours complain to keep your rock concert down, it's not loud enough. Great visuals, though.
Yeah.
Hollywood, James Paul, you still planning on doing this weekly live show, or will you be putting out a poll to capture videos.
Capture views.
Capture views. Sorry, my eyes. I need to get glasses. To capture views. Don't know yet. I think we're even thinking about doing a different channel at the moment.
Mm.
I think I need to run it to the end of the year. Wait till I get to the 100,000 subs, and then I think I can speak to someone from YouTube to ask what the
Yes,
best way.
because nobody wants to talk to us until we have half a gazillion subscribers.
Yes. James
Yeah.
Yeah. Willie, the phase before the amp is the only way. There we go. Well done, mate. Judge, recently picked up the Boss GX10. Do you see a value in adding a Tonix one to get more models? I would personally.
Yes, definitely.
I definitely prefer the amp tones out of the captures. Paul, James, just wait till you realise there's no tap tempo MIDI clock or proper MIDI integration outside of the presets on the Nano Cortex.
It's not Nano Cortex that I'm getting excited about, Paul. So
No,
hold that thought.
The Low Life X. I have a question about Quad Cortex. Can it be used with active studio monitors without using an audio interface or PC? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. Dave Brose, custom shop and master built fenders are for doctors and dentists and mostly hang on walls. I disagree with that.
Because he's got about 4 of them.
I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got custom shops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And they get played every day.
And I don't mind gigging them. I've not got a problem. Basil, good disagree. I've had a custom shop guitar and cheap guitar, both styles set up by the same Pro Tech blind test. Couldn't tell which one was which after the setup. Nice.
Great. And well done.
Nah, man, the Cure and Naff. Jeff, thanks to the GX10, what answer? That's how my old GT100 works, but not explained in the GX10 manual. Just ordered one that will have it on Monday. Nice one. Enjoy. Anthony, love me some Cure. Say them a couple of years ago, 3-hour show. Saw them a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Smiths are way better than the Cure. Yes, James, you are wrong. Yeah, he's a wrong.
But
Mike says, Johnny Marr, fine player. Morrissey, twat. Yeah, Morrissey is a bit of a twat, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a bit of a twat. But the thing about Morrissey, you know it's him.
Yeah, but you know it's Elton John. But sorry, you know it's Elton John, but he's not. Maybe the argument sort of falls over.
Yeah, Keith, I shouldn't take those cherry pick quotes, rat quotes.
Yes.
When I was in Singapore, most of the guitar players in bands I went to see were using Boss floor modelers.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Jeff, my 83 in 83. In 83, my first amp was a solid state Sun Beta lead. I didn't know the difference and loved it. Nice.
Yeah.
Willie, I do love modulated reverb. Even my Boss RV5 sounds fantabulous on the modulated setting. Yeah, modulated reverbs are good because it mimics. It's basically what Lexicon did to when the technology wasn't so good. Lexicon put modulation in their reverb to hide a lot of the
aliasing noises.
The processing
noises, yeah.
And it just sounded fantastic.
And we know the person that did it.
Do we?
Michael Carnes.
Michael Carnes,
who was Exponential Reverb, Exponential Audio.
Yeah. Adam, he says, which currently gigging guitarist who you have not seen live before would each of you guys love to see play? Lukather.
It's Lukather every day of the week. I'd see him play with Chaz and Dave.
I would. That'd be good. Well, Chaz.
Stephen, Chaz, and Dave.
Well, there's no Dave anymore, is there?
I know there isn't, but
Jamie Brown, yes. Official. There we go. Lee, so I've been catching up. The Origin Twin Tweed pedal. Is this Origin setting out on the amp in a pedal road? Be interesting to see what the future ones they do. Now they've done this before. They've done sort of amp in a box type things. They've done Magnetone one and they've done it before. Mr. Barr, is the Sir endorsement?
You need some glasses, mate.
Is the show endorsement? What did I say?
Sir.
Maybe I'm just dreaming. I'm just that's my wish.
Sir endorsement. Yes, we are available for that endorsement deal. That's for sure.
The logo isn't visible on either of your screens. No, it's fine, mate. No, we've done more. We've done more than we needed
We are
to do.
contractually obliged to do, I think is the phrase.
But they're so good that we're using them anyway.
Yeah.
And we're just saying thanks.
And quite frankly, if they can't be bothered to put the logo in the logical places for us.
The Low Life. Thanks for answering my questions. I ordered the QC already. I'm now waiting for it to arrive. Nice one, mate. Enjoy. What's the next SR capture? It's going to be the TWS amp.
And the hook.
That one. And the hook. Yeah, I'm going to do the hook as well.
By hook or by crook, he'll do it.
I'm probably going to be doing that tomorrow, to be honest.
Nice.
TWS. So it takes so maybe by Friday it'll be out. Definitely by next week.
Nice.
So they take quite a long time. Rummy, do the rats think the Marshall JVM is a misunderstood amp? I have a 50 watt and the green channel does a lovely crunch for classic rock and blues.
If it works for you, it works.
I think JVM was Rebeer's one of Rebeer's favorite amps. It's a great amp. Yeah.
We're there. I'm going to do this.
Stupid comment of the week.
It's been a while since we've done this, but this has got to be my favourite for some time. Dear British / Canadian / Australian YouTubers, Mesa is pronounced Mesa, not Mesa. No, it's not. It's pronounced however the hell we say it is. It's English.
Yeah.
To which Paul's response was, you guys say jaguar and tomato wrong, but I don't pull you up on it, do I? Because I just did. And that was...
Stupid comment of the week.
There are
What's his
so
name?
many.
What's his name?
His name was Chase Beavers.
Chase Beavers. Stop being a twat. It doesn't matter.
So Chase Beavers, and yet he
Good
has
name.
the audacity to say we're saying something stupid.
I like that. I like Chase Beavers. That's a good name. Actually,
Boys and girls, it's been a pleasure as always. My bladder needs to relieve itself quite badly. I've been sat here crossing various bodily parts to try and get through the end of the show. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. Thanks to Vinny coming on. Thanks to Lee, and thanks to Paul for joining us. Always a pleasure when we have some more people, and quite frankly, probably more of a pleasure for you lot. So we'll be back next week with more of the same. Take care. Have a great weekend. Enjoy playing, and just get out there and make some noise. See you soon, everyone. Night night.
Cheers, guys.